Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to another video. It's been a while since I did the last video, but I don't know if I would show you guys. I'm in my new house and I finally got my garage all moved in here. It's not all organized, but it's moved in here. So baby, she thinks we're going for a ride, but my buddy Aaron dropped off this car yesterday to do a clutch. So, and of course the first snowfall of the year happens to be today. I left the car outside the garage, so now I gotta move this car out, move my Miata out of the garage and put this one in. The only thing that sucks about this house is single driveway, so you know, after here it's a single driveway, so I'm gonna have to move his car prior to this corner and then try to put mine around his and then put his in. It's gonna be a shit show, but yeah, let's get the snow clear out of the car and move the car out. Just stay in there. But yeah, here's my garage. It's kind of a mess. I didn't really get to clean up and organize everything. I've been out of the house for a month, but I got the lift in finally. I had to do a safe cylinder on this car, so last week I went and did that. That's why you see a couple towels on the floor. But yeah, I just have to clean up this bench, clean up my toolbox, organize some stuff on the shelf, and actually put stuff where it's supposed to be. And the cars will be decent. The Miata does fit on this side. I don't think any other car will fit such a tight spot, but the Miata does fit here. I'm not gonna put it in here now because I will have to move my girlfriend's car, and this is gonna be a whole mess. So I'm just gonna move his car to the side, like I said, and put that one in front of my truck, and that should be good, just so I can do the clutch and then put my car back in here. But yeah, let's get both of these cars started so I can move them around. It's pretty cold in here. I do have a heater for the garage. It worked great last time. It was around 40 degrees and it heated up the whole garage, but it's like, well, it's 38 degrees in here. So it's 38 degrees in here. I'm gonna turn I'm gonna turn this on now, let it sit for an hour, then come back so I can work on the car, and I'll see how hot it gets in here. Hopefully it gets at least like 40s, like hopefully it gets at least 50s. Last time it got in here like 58 degrees, so if it gets in the 50s, I'll be happy. But yeah. Let's see if this thing starts. I put a new battery in here last month, so it should be good. Come on, baby. There we go. 85. Not bad. Alright, so let me get this snow cleared out and move this car now. Alright guys, so it's been an hour or so. It's 45 degrees in here. This is sitting right in the corner. It's probably warmer on this side of the garage since I'm sitting behind the heater. But yeah, I got the car in here. I'm gonna start. I have like I want to put out my lights because it's pretty dark in here. I mean, it's not that dark, but it's decently dark. So I want to start by putting up my lights and at least get some of them connected, just so I can have lights in here and I don't have to work in the dark. And I want to put some of the floor on this side, so I want to put a couple lights on the wall on this side, so when I have the car up in the air, I have the light going underneath the car, and it will help me just work on the car overall. I used to run these lights on my old house and I loved them. They work great. I go ahead and put them with these 2x4s up in the ceiling, and I'm gonna do that first before I start working the car. So I noticed that there was a lot of air coming from this corner over here. I had some plastic left from when we did the garage, so I went ahead, put some plastic in the window just to help some of the air stay outside and not come in. I'll probably redo this window next year. All three windows are really old. There's no air coming from those. Like I checked every corner and it's pretty warm, but over here I did notice at this corner you can see it right through outside, and there was quite a decent amount of air coming in. So I went ahead, close it off, put some tape around it. Hopefully that helps. It's 48 degrees in here, so it's not bad. All right guys, so I finally ran the lights. As you can see, I got 6 of them up. So I ran them the long way on the garage. I was gonna do them on each pillar, but it was gonna take too much space and it was gonna be a shit show running all the wires for it. So I went ahead, ran 4 this way and 2 that way, just the 2 by the toolbox. And it's so much brighter with just this 6 of them on. I'm gonna move this little switch to by the door over there, just so I don't have to you know, walk all the way to the corner over here to turn the lights on. But as soon as I hit the switch, it's so much brighter in here. It's crazy bright. I didn't want to spend too much time doing the lights, so I went ahead and just did those 6, and then I'm just gonna do the rest once I'm done doing the clutch in this car. So I'm gonna take it to the guy's house. But it's 52 degrees in here. It's been 45 minutes since last clip, so probably around 2 hours since this has been on, and it's 52 degrees. It feels great. It's actually pretty warm in here, so I'm happy with that. I'm gonna go ahead, put my left arm on, and push the car up back a little bit and start working on the car. Gotta take the shifter off, gotta take all that off, but yeah, so we should be all good. We got the car in the air. Now it's time to start removing the PPF. If you guys never seen a Miata, you have a PPF, which is a power plant frame, and it holds the transmission and the differential together. So we gotta remove the exhaust, and this is OEM, and we're gonna have to remove it from up there. So hopefully the bolts don't look too rusty. This car's pretty rust free on the bottom at least, and it looks pretty decent. He did mention the rear main seal was leaking, and I can see that it's all wet here, so he bought a new one. We'll go ahead and change that as well since I'm gonna be in there. But yeah, pretty straightforward. Take the exhaust off, PPF, drive shaft, and then transmission. But the hardest part is usually taking the exhaust and the PPF off. Transmission comes out pretty easy. The only thing that sucks, I'm here alone, so it's gonna suck to pull this out by myself and put it back up, but can't do nothing about it, so let's get to work. Alright guys, so we got the PPF off, harness to the side, we have the exhaust off, and as you can see, both bolts snapped. I hate the fuck out of them, they're still snapped. So now I'm gonna have to go cut this to the side, slide it. So if you guys ever had this happen on an exhaust that it snaps, you do is grab a grinder, you cut the bolt in half, all the way through the bracket, because this is pressed in here, and you can hammer it out. Because if you try hammering it out without cutting like a little slit on it, you will never get it out, because it's so old it will never come out. So yeah, so I'm gonna have to go now, get some cutting wheels, cut this off, hammer it off, get bolts and nuts, put the bolts and nuts through here. Then the trans, you just have to take the bolts off the trans and the starter, and it should be ready to come out. But yeah, so I still don't know if I should pull it out myself or go get my jack. I do have a jack to hold the trans up, but it's I'm gonna have to get it from my other house. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and drain the fluid from the transmission, get all the bolts off, and then go get my jack from the other house, and so I can jack this down and not break my back. All right guys, so I got all the bolts out and she's ready to come out. I'm just on the side if I want to break my back or not. I'm probably just gonna send it, and then I'll get the dolly just to put it back up, because I have to go, like I said, I have to go get the bolts. God damn, brother. Woo. Alright, that wasn't that bad. To put it back up is where the tricky part is, but yeah, we got it. It's all dirty. Now I'm all dirty, but it's whatever. Oh, she's out. I don't know if you guys can see this, but there's a bunch of oil down here, so that means the rear main seal is leaking, and this clutch is pretty dirty. So I'm not sure how many miles they have on this clutch, but definitely a lot. It's actually, so Haiti told me that the cast seal is leaking. As you can see, the whole back end of the motor is soaked. So yeah, we got a couple of leaks on this car, but the cast seal is pretty simple to do. Same with the valve cover gasket, and then the rear main seal, I'll get it done right now as soon as I pull the clutch out. I'm gonna go ahead to the store, get those bolts, and I'm just gonna leave it the way it is right now. I don't want to get too dirty. Go ahead and bring the stuff here so I can start putting it back together. As you can see, the trans is back in the car. I got the harness on, PPF, drive shaft is on. The only thing left is to do the, cut this out and put new bolts on it. But here's the old clutch. Definitely got its miles. So we got a new clutch in it, new rear main seal. We also did the gaskets we did the front case gasket for the transmission, so that's done. So yeah, it's been pretty good. Now he's gotta put fluid in it, do the exhaust, put the shifter back in it, and we should be done. So hopefully like in around 30 minutes we should be done, so it's not too bad. Alright guys, so I finally finished. Now it's time to go up, put the shifter on it. which is only 3 bolts, and then the center console, and we should be done. So to be honest, it took me longer than I expected, just because I had to go to the store twice, because the first time I forgot I needed a bolt, and the second time I forgot to get Loctite. I had to go back to the store, get Loctite, and you know, come back home. So it took a bunch of time. I've probably been here for 5 hours already to do a clutch up, which is, I should do it way faster than that. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go in there, pump the clutch, make sure it's all good, and put the shifter on it, and call Aaron so he can come and pick it up. Well guys, she's all done. I went ahead, started it, put it in gear, moved it back and forth, and everything was working as it should. So I just called them, told them to come and get it. Now I just gotta clean all this mess up. I have all my tools that I use up in the toolbox, some on the floor, and yeah, we should be all good. But I think that's it for this video, guys. I just want to make a quick video of the garage, and first time working in the garage, actually working on a car in the garage. Even though it wasn't my car, you know, I did a pretty big job. I guess you could say a clutch job on a Miata, which is not too terrible of a job. The garage is officially broken in now. The only thing that I hate about this floor, I don't know if you guys can tell, but the floor is super cracked. It looks like shit. So when I moved in here, the garage had no insulation, no drywall, nothing. It was just bare wood. So I had my friend Brian come over and do the drywall and the insulation. And as you can see, we got plastic on top of the insulation as well. So I made 54 degrees here, and I had to lower my heater because it was getting pretty warm in here. So like around 3 hours ago, I put in a 3,000 watt instead of the 5,000 watts. So I mean, I'm pretty sure it would get hotter than that if I wanted to, but 54, and it's around, I think it's 30 degrees outside, so that's not bad at all. The insulation definitely helped the garage look better and stay warm, and the floor was super cracked on this area. So I went ahead, cut a 3x4 section, and I poured some concrete on both sides, just to make sure that I didn't die once I put this lift in here. Luckily I did that, because when I cut the concrete out, it was literally like, some places was 2 inches thick, others were like 3 inches thick. When they poured the whole garage back in the 70s, they used sand to level down the floor. They put no gravel down. They didn't put any gravel, they didn't put any rebar. So this whole concrete is just literally sitting on top of sand, and that's why it cracked. Literally the whole garage is cracked completely. So we were built in the 70s, went the cheap route, and I ended up paying for it. I do not plan to stay in this house long, even though we bought it. I want to stay here for probably around 3 to 5 years at most. I do want to move down south. I don't know how soon that will be, but I hate the weather. I hate the cold weather, hate the snow. And just from the car having a little bit of snow on it, my garage is like all wet over here. My dumbass brought the snowblower in, and I have water now everywhere. So it's just really frustrating living up here, living in the snow. It's the cold weather. I hate the cold weather, so can't wait to move out of here. But yeah, I mean, I'm super excited to have my own space, even though this garage, it is smaller than the one at my mom's house. The one at my mom's house was a 3.5 car garage, so it was a huge garage. And you know, in the winter we could fit like up to 4 cars in there if we wanted to. But we had 4 cars at once in there. This side is a little darker, and I want to go ahead and put the other 5 lights I have left, which will be on this side. Will be 1 here and then 4 this way, I'm guessing, or yeah. So it'll be 1 across and 4 this way, and they'll complete all 10 lights. So yeah, super excited. And then I still have to go and organize all my shelves, organize my toolbox and all that. I still have a couple of stuff in my mom's house. I still have a small toolbox full of bolts and random stuff that I had. I'm not sure if I'm gonna bring it. I'll probably leave it there for my stepdad, just because I don't need another toolbox. My toolbox is big enough, and it was organized, but it's probably a mess already, you know, from me working here. Yeah, you know, it's not the most organized box, but I mean, it gets the job done. Have a bunch of random stuff here. And if there's anyone near the Rockford, Illinois area, hit me up. I clean injectors. You can ship it to me if you want to, or you can come and drop them off at my house. $10 each. I'll clean them and test them. And so hit me up if you guys have any injectors that need to be cleaned or tested. But yeah, guys, so that's it for this video. Like I said earlier, it was a short video. I just want to show you guys again the garage, and you know, working on a car in the garage for the first time. So if you guys want to watch more of this car, I am bringing my 240, and I am making a video about my 240 because I ended up parting out everything. I ended up parting out the whole VQ swap, and I'm going a different route for next year. So if you guys want to watch more of that car, make sure to click that subscribe button, because it'll definitely be a lot more content coming soon, especially after Christmas. Once I get the car in here and start working on it, there'll be a lot of content. So if you guys want to watch more of the channel of any of my cars, make sure to click that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.